Muammar Abu Minyar al-Gaddafi, a prominent figure in Libyan history from 1969 to 2011, was born in the desert of Sirte in 1942. After graduating from the University of Libya's Law Faculty History Department in 1963, Gaddafi entered the Benghazi Military Academy. In 1966, he went to England to receive specialized military training. Biography, 2017. Gaddafi was greatly influenced by Gamal Abdel Nasser, whom he admired, and Arab socialism. He adopted the Nasserist ideology based on anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist, and anti-Semitic views as his own. Following the revolution, a group of 12 coup plotters, including Gaddafi, established the Revolutionary Command Council and appointed Gaddafi, who had been promoted to the rank of colonel, as its leader. Thus, Gaddafi effectively took control of the Libyan government by taking over the Revolutionary Council and the armed forces. Libya was ruled by the Ottoman Turks until the early 20th century. However, after the conclusion of the Tripoli War between the Ottomans and Italy, Libya came under Italian rule until 1942. Following Italy's exit from World War II, Libya was colonized by England. In 1951, England appointed King Idris to power, and Libya became an independent country for the first time in modern North African history. Despite being one of the poorest countries in the world, Libya managed to sustain itself with the support of the West. However, in 1969, Muammar Gaddafi took power in a revolution that changed the political system in Libya. Gaddafi published a book titled The Green Book, which he required everyone to read, and which contained his opinions on managing the country. Gaddafi was an Arab nationalist who believed in the idea of a unified Arab world. In his efforts to prevent imperialist governments from dominating the region, he supported some terrorist organizations around the world, which led to Libya's isolation from the international community. As a result of these actions, Libya faced significant sanctions. After the 2000s, Gaddafi began to adopt a softer approach towards the West and implemented some reforms. As a result, some of the sanctions against Libya were lifted. Gaddafi nationalized the country's oil industry and brought it under Libyan control. He also introduced socialist policies and established free schools and hospitals. He closed American and British military bases in the country and seized their assets. In the 1970s, he combined socialism and Arab nationalism in an ideological foundation he called the Third Universal Theory, and imprisoned those who opposed it. Gaddafi's leadership style became more rigid, and he became a ruthless domestic political monster. In 1975, he published The Green Book and he managed the country accordingly. Green Book. Muammar Gaddafi's regime came under intense pressure during the Arab Spring uprisings of 2011. The Libyan people, inspired by the revolutions in neighboring Tunisia and Egypt, took to the streets to demand an end to Gaddafi's 42-year rule. What began as peaceful protests quickly turned into a violent conflict between the government and rebel forces, with NATO joining the fight against Gaddafi's regime. The Libyan dictator refused to step down and vowed to crush the rebellion, leading to a bloody and protracted civil war. During the conflict, Gaddafi was accused of using brutal tactics against his own people, including torture and extrajudicial killings. The international community condemned his actions and called for his removal from power. In August 2011, rebel forces captured the capital city of Tripoli, and Gaddafi fled the city. He was eventually captured and killed by rebel fighters in his hometown of Sirte in October of the same year. The fall of Muammar Gaddafi's regime marked a turning point in Libyan history, but the country continues to face significant challenges. The post-Gaddafi era has been marked by political instability, violence, and economic hardship. Despite these challenges, the Libyan people remain hopeful for a better future.